Between January 1st, 2009 and March 31st, 2009, there were 59 reported sightings of Bigfoot in the Pacific Northwest alone. 58 of those sightings by the same man. We have that man with us today. Mr. O'Brien, in spite of overwhelming evidence to the contrary, do you honestly expect us to believe that you have, in fact, encountered a Bigfoot?
You're fucking A-rights, I have. I've seen 3 or 4 of them. I've met them up close, in personal. I've definitely seen them. And y'all would be a fool not to believe in Sasquatch. This all fucking, what this started was in 1999, before the Y2K thing happened, which set all your computers wrong when I told you that would happen, and it did. My friend Carl and I, the other member of Sasquatch, we're in the woods, and what I would like to do, I was really looking forward to this opportunity to speak to y'all on the internet, to tell you, most importantly, what did not happen in the woods that day between Carl and I. You see, Carl and I are platonic friends of that nature, which means we do not perform homosexual activities on each other in any way, shape, or form. So, and regardless of what costumes we may or may not have been wearing that day, we were not in any way, shape, or form performing any type of activities on each other. I'll tell you something, as a E5 in the Army, in the motor pool as a sergeant, for most of y'all who don't know, who weren't in the military, I am entrusted with much vehicular responsibility. And so I know that at some point in time I may have to be, I might be killing people over on the hill on this side and changing an alternator out on the other. I must extract my abilities to coordinate these things, and I realized there was a noise off to the side, and so I looked, and there was the Sasquatch. And so there I was in a predicament situation with my pants on my ankles. And so I tried to run, but only as a defensive maneuver, because I was going to try to trap the Sasquatch at a different location. And then I tripped, and the Sasquatch fell. I think he might have tripped and fell on top of me at that particular time. And there may have been some insertion at that point, but Carl at this point had decided to turn and run because he did not have the military training that I did. He was definitely engulfed in some sort of fear type thing, and he took off and ran. So what did not happen was Carl and I were not engaged in any way, shape, or form in any type of homosexual activity that night. So that's what basically happened there. I'll be honest with you. I take antidepressants, because it's sad. As I walk around my holler and I see a child with 3 eyes. What the fuck's the matter with you? You should not have a little fucking tail that wiggles. That ain't right. God did not create us with a 3rd eye or a tail, or another testicle or no testicles. You're supposed to have all that shit, So yeah, that stuff makes me sad when I think about it.
58 of those Bigfoot sightings were reported by you. Do you have any idea who reported the 59?
Yes, I do. His name is fucking Earl. And not fucking, but Earl. And he lives in the fucking Airstream, which is so much nicer than the rest of our trailers, as he has told us on many fucking occasions, which is not true. A Silverstream is a nicer trailer if you technically compare them, but he lives in the Airstream, and he wants to say that he has seen the Sasquatch, but he has not been ass raped. He has not been he has not had any confrontations with the Sasquatch. What he has seen is one time one time he left the dog food out, and a raccoon was eating his dog food on the porch of his Airstream, and his dog went out to try to get the dog food because the dog was hungry, and the raccoon was like, "Yah, yah," and went all like ape shit on him, and Earl was like, "Fuck, there's a fucking Sasquatch there," and it wasn't no fucking Sasquatch. It was just a raccoon who was hungry and wanted the dog food. So Earl, who thinks he's better with everyone with his cable television and things of that type of nature, who thinks he's better, is in fact not. What other kind of intrusional fucking questions do you have, asshole? Chuck Norris is an American with a beard, and you can't beat that. I mean, I don't care what you bring to a fight. You might have an AK-47, which is a communistic-made rifle, which is no match for any type of firepower that we may or may not possess. In any way, shape, or form, we will kick your ass. We have a beard and karate skills. You can't beat that. None of that is meant in a homosexual way, in any way, shape, or form. It's all alpha male domination type of thing, like dogs do. But I'm telling you, if the Sasquatch had access to television or any type of internet activity, if you are watching this, you can come out of your cave and, it would be okay with me or other people who might care about that type of thing. So, in closing, you are loved. People love a big hairy man. That's what life's about. If you're hairy and a man and big, people might love you. So embrace yourself and give a big old hug to yourself and know that God loves you and I love you. And just because you couldn't control your lust one night in the woods, and because Carl ran away because he was too chicken to face love, that doesn't mean a thing. It's okay. You're okay. I'm okay. Everyone's okay, It's okay. So that's all. Allegedly, that's all. I'm speaking as if I was someone else, not myself. So, do you have any more of these?